Shit was so fucking funny, and I like didn't even really know what the song was. So fucking funny. So
Wow. He said she out.
yeah, right. Good times. Good times.
Alright. Do I need to mute a mic or something?
Shoot, probably.
How about now? Audio check?
Yeah, it's working. It's up on the cameras.
Okay. Do you want me to leave it up on both?
Not necessarily, just one.
Okay. All right. I'll be able to be reached at this phone, so I guess we're ready to get started. All right. Let's do it. All right. Think about it. Alex, do you need me here?
Dude, why are we live right now? This is crazy. Apparently you guys are streaming on Twitter now.
Are you good?
This is terrible.
Oh, well, we got to get started. Are you able to get on Sean's?
Damn it. Sean is streaming on my platform.
So what is...
I think he was supposed to give me the ROTPS information, not the other way around. So now you guys are streaming across on Twitter and Kick and Twitch.
What do we need to do?
I'm just gonna go live. I'm running with it. I'm just gonna host the show. So.
Okay. I don't...
Right.
I'm not trying to make it stressful, man. I was...
No, it's okay. I keep looking at this stream is so bad. It's a video on my Twitter account, so I should probably delete it or something.
Yeah, can you delete it after, or... Oh, all right.
I just
He said he can remove you from the live if you want.
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay. Do you want me to?
I'm not actually in your live. You guys are streaming onto my platforms right now.
Oh.
You understand? Yeah, you're streaming. You guys walking around talking about that thing to all my channels.
Okay. So do we need to like quit and restart?
I don't know. I got people DMing me saying you guys are not saying anything on your Twitter account, and I look over and it's you guys playing with your laptop.
I think we were muted.
Yeah, I had muted both cameras on accident. What do you need from me, Alex? What can I do?
I need nothing. This should be fine. If I just have your feed coming in to here, because this is going to be the main platform for this to be streaming on.
Okay.
It's my channel, right? So I don't care about the other channels right now.
Yeah.
This is going. My channel's going to get tens of thousands of views on this. So like most of the attention donations are going to be probably coming from this side.
Okay. So you need this camera left on and set up somewhere, the one I'm holding right now.
Yeah. So make sure that camera and audio is like as good as possible.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Oh, of course, dude.
I'm just stressed.
Trust me, I totally expected it.
The funny thing is, this is how it always is the first time.
Yeah, right. Until you know the area and the space and stuff.
Yeah. I don't need too much coffee with this.
Alex has quite a following, and it is his sanctuary on the line.
That's awesome.
I get it.
Nah, we'll give him something cool. Give him something cool. Show him this cool space, this cool tattoo we're doing on cool people.
People came onto my YouTube channel and were like, "Hey, we can't hear anything on your Twitter stream." I'm like, Twitter stream? I gotta go live. I look over and it's you guys just like hanging out in that room, and it's coming through one of your devices, not mine. Like, how did that just happen?
Magic. All right. Sean, I hope this is good. All right. One of y'all let me know if we need to do something else. I'm gonna just turn the volume down on this one, Alex. So I guess I'm gonna be somewhat unreachable. I'm probably not gonna do a whole lot of talking. Let me get my head tattooed.
Is there any way you can listen so that way, like,
Yeah.
I'm talking this whole time to kind of give people something to watch or listen to while this is going on?
Okay, if it's off, so do you
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
If that's cool. If not, if you guys don't want to hear me talk about the fundraiser and bring out the guests and stuff, that's okay too.
I don't care. I'll listen.
Maybe if we keep the volume a little low, so we can.
Where is it reverberating from? All right.
I'm guessing a headphone. I'm guessing like an earbud is not. Is that possible? Will it's getting his head tattooed and get
I think it should be fine, especially like if it's in the other ear.
Yeah, where that center console thing in the front center. Okay, yeah, good idea, Alex.
Yeah, John, one of your heads is gonna be down, so if you keep it in that under one, you won't even see it.
We're good. That works.
Won't be a sanitation issue.
I'm sure a lot of the people coming on will want to thank you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know Tanya and Mike are going to be coming out of Henry here in about 20 minutes. Nice to meet you,
This is
Mr. Artist, sir.
Hey, I'm Bach.
I'm Alex.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, really cool to be a part of this. I'm like super grateful that like John reached out to me for it and I get to be a part of it. It's definitely unique.
That's awesome, man.
We'll go to Steve unless I
Is it possible to move this?
Yeah.
You mind if I move it?
put it wherever you need to.
I'm thinking like something over here would be super out of the way because I'm probably gonna be tattooing like this most of the time.
Okay.
So I'll be right there. I got like an extra pillow for you for like between your legs. Sometimes that helps a lot. One's a little bit bigger, one's a little bit smaller.
I'm so confused. I'm like watching a stream. I don't know if I'm recording a stream. I'm so confused. Okay.
But you know it's gonna be a little different too. So we're gonna put the stencil on you while you're standing.
Yeah. Oh man, this is. I need a person for this. The whole production.
Right.
Okay. All right. Where do you need me?
So we're gonna like stand to put the stencil on you here. You can probably just kind of stand right where you are and turn that way. I'm gonna give you a little shave here. Gonna hit you with a little alcohol. So you're gonna get soap on you.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be shaving this down to the wire there.
I have to make sure I shave more frequently.
It's just like that. Its head skin is like a little different. Hair on it, it's a little bit more lather than other places. It's always that little wrapper to get shaved on the head like that.
Sounds nice.
What's up, buddy?
I believe so, yeah. It's okay. People won't want to see the setup.
Yeah, that's the fun part. People like to see, you know, how the ice cream's made.
The vegan ice cream?
Yeah, right? I hate that words like cream have a monopoly over what the product is. I mean, nobody ever gave a fuck about peanut butter,
True.
you know? Get over it. Milk's milk. Ice cream's ice cream. But
whether it's coconut milk or stolen breast milk.
right?
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna be repositioning here. Yeah, we're just
stencil.
We're just shaving and washing right now, or stenciling.
All right, let me have you stand pretty straight up here. Sometimes this can take a couple tries. Let's see how this one comes out. I think it looks pretty solid. I'm going to put it on one more time though. Seeing a little bow in it. Get it to where it's not bowing on you. Once I really like it, I'll let you check it out and see what you think.
Hey. Yes.
Sometimes people like to see a little stencil being taken off, you know? Being told it's okay to move a stencil.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are afraid to speak up.
Better move it now because you won't be able to move it after. Yeah, I had a guy try to put one here, and I was like, I think it's like a half-inch too low to be the same as the other. He's like, are you sure? And I get up in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. He's like, I can move it if you want. I was like, yeah, let's move it. And then he moved it, and then he was like, oh yeah, I see what you mean. This side.
Yeah, for sure. Gotcha. Sorry, John. That's probably a little painful.
Oh. This is just the start, right?
That's true.
There we go.
That's a good wake-up call right there.
Everybody's been saying like it's going to be painful, and I've had two thoughts. The first was immediate, like the animal activism, like the pain in my heart is going to hurt a lot more than the pain on my head.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm doing this. But also, I trained legs yesterday. My legs are so sore today. And
You
like,
need to put it back the way it
I
was.
thought about it. Like, I'm going to be in more pain training most days than I am at the tattoo.
Dude, that's for sure. Oh, man. You know, most people, their most painful experience is not getting what they want, you know? Shove in and sit for a tattoo and see what some actual pain looks like, but no, I definitely know what you mean. I got the word liberate tattooed across my knuckles, and that was like my motivation for getting it, and I was like, dude, it made it feel like nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Chilling, man, yourself?
Good.
Did you quit it? Oh, I work for
It's like anything, man.
Austin, Texas.
Okay, yeah.
I
There's
just got
some
a
purpose to it.
Right.
And then was it my
Are
good
you
buddy
sure?
Katie told me I should check it out over here.
Oh, yeah,
He
man.
was made in Mexico.
Oh, sick, man. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a look for sure, man. Cool.
Yeah, whatever works, man. I'm chilling. It's cool to check out all the shops.
Yeah. It's kind of, yeah.
Hells yeah, dude. It's gonna be fun. Right? Fuck yeah.
No, you just get it.
Yeah. How's the day going? Been pretty chill. Just stopping by, seeing a bunch of folks.
Cool. I'm really liking it. I feel like there's just a little bit, because the way the head concaves and goes up, there's just a little bit of a bow, and I'm actually liking it just a little bit, kind of like towards your ear a bit.
Okay.
If you, here, let me take a picture of this.
Can we get this one off one more time?
What do you need?
Just fall out.
You need to fall out of here?
Or not out of there. Just open back up. As I was adjusting it, one of the buttons got mashed. And
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
cool.
Behind your voice.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
That'll work. Going real quick. because I really am kind of digging it, but I feel like when you get
Sounds
that,
good.
it may just be. I do think I want to put it on one more time. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here, so you can see it from like a slightly lower angle. I'm feeling like it just kind of like bows just a little bit, but when we put it closer to your ear, it kind of eliminates the rolling on top of the head, so it's like looking flatter and better, I think. But this is honestly looking like really fucking cool. I just feel like I want to put the stencil on again. And
I like how it curves this way versus this way. I feel like this curves
Right.
the wrong way.
Mhm.
We wanted to make it curve so it looked real. We just curved it the wrong way. So yeah,
That's
that
fine.
looks.
Looking sick.
And it's not behind my head. I think the sizing is good.
Dude, when you're looking to the side like that.
Did you want to take this to the Bell's Book guy? I don't know if you want to look at some stuff or.
I'm all right. Thanks, though. But let me put it on one more time. Let me like it a little more.
Which camera? This one? Or this one? This one? Upside down? I see you. I see what you mean, though. Somehow this got upside down. Royce, did you alternate this in any way?
No, I remember flipping it upside down.
Dude, I am not trying to mess with it anymore. Oh, good God. I just left.
Do you mind if I had some alcohol on the side of your head real quick? Just to that stencil, once it like gets on there, doesn't want to come off. It's best to get it off there early if you want it off. Sorry if I'm being a little rough.
No, you're fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Problem is, I can't really. All right. All right, are we good, Alex?
Right, another try.
So, what are you thinking for color-wise?
So color, I mean, I know you like really bright lime greens.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that those colors don't like stay very well, and there's nothing that I can do about it quite.
How would you consider this bright?
Sure.
Okay.
I've
like,
got like
this
a
is-
green that could come out like that, but colors also can seem a little different at first.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
This is about a year and a half old.
Right on.
I like this color.
And see, like, that color is cool, but I don't know exactly what that color was.
Yeah,
and like, I've got the colors that we've got here. This one's a little bit brighter. I just
I kind of like
busted this out for
the shading you did here.
Right on.
Um,
So, it's like,
yeah.
Once again, they look different. Like, even just those two colors look different. So, there's going to be difference in, like, no matter what we see in the bottle, it's going to.
I kind of do like this style.
Cool. Yeah, we can keep those colors
maybe
there.
Start a little lighter. Well, wait, how did this go? This looked darker when you first did it. And I remember not. At first, I was like,
Well, that
it's
was
too
mostly
dark.
with the shading around it.
Yeah.
But, with the inside, what really helps kind of make those brighter greens look bright is, like, the black around it.
Yeah.
And I know, like, this one doesn't have any black around it, but you will see a considerable difference in, like, more of, like, a decade's time of, like, what stays and stuff like that. So, we're definitely wanting it to look great in how you want it right now, but we also want it to look great in how you want it way down the road. So
you could probably make it look more like the middle of this one, and then in 10 years I could darken it up if I needed to.
I mean, sure, you always can. Sometimes you run into issues with, like, kind of adding the darkness to it later on, where, like, what you add looks like so fresh and so new that you'll end up going over stuff anyway and re-brightening stuff anyways. But we can do this tattoo kind of anywhere in between. I definitely like what we got going on there.
I trust your judgment. I trusted you here, and I'm so happy I did.
Nice.
So
I think a little bit of black from the top and the bottom just to give it a little strength and keeping that brightness in the middle there. And then maybe like a green that merges the black and the bright green there. And I think I got those same colors from my buddy here. So we'll
sounds good to me.
go grab those up. First things first, though, get the stencil right.
I think the way you mentioned like darker on the top and the bottom, it does kind of give it some depth. I don't know if that's the right word.
Totally. It gives it so much strength, like over a decade's time too. All the other colors of the tattoo disappear. That black's gonna be there. That's just how it seems to go.
I was talking to someone.
Just have you kind of stand a little straight up and tall here. Maybe just turn to the side just a little bit and kind of rest your arms fully by your side if you don't mind. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to tattoo to read well on you.
Cut me off anytime.
Sorry, I don't know if you lost your train of thought, but you're talking about.
Alex, you can go for it. Yeah, sorry, I'm listening in one ear and the other. No, it's just I heard a joke about tattoos. Who was it? I think it was. I did something on Instagram or a podcast. I don't even remember. But they said their dad got his first tattoo at like 18, and he asked the tattoo artist, "Is it permanent?" They're like, "No, it's not permanent. It's just gonna last 2 months. 2 months after you're dead."
That's funny. Yep.
What do you think?
Man, it's funny because when you laugh and smile and your ear goes up, you can see it warp the design a little bit. Yeah. So I think I want to take it off and put it on one more time, maybe when you're just a little bit more relaxed. And it's funny how those little micro movements, when they rest back, just can shift the whole design.
Shit. This is why you are the artist. Things I would have never even considered. I'll be quiet for this one.
No, man. No. I actually, would like you, relaxed and comfortable because that's how it's going to rest nicely on you. So it was actually cool to see it, when you smiled and your ears went back and it adjusted the design. It's good to know and see those kind of things beforehand. I actually did a tattoo a long time ago. Must have been over 13 years ago now on this kid who's no longer with us. Robbie Young was a local skate kid here, and he got a tattoo by me out of the house, and we did this like tribal panther on him right here, and we were sitting down and put the stencil on him, and we were like, oh, that's awesome, that looks great. Did the whole tattoo, and then when he stood up, that thing just like crunched into a little hamburger right there. And that was a lesson learned. But I had no like professional training at that point. It was just
lesson learned, and
me
that's what
tattooing
you
out of the house.
that's what you get for a house tattoo. I mean,
That's true. But
am I still messed up on the audio, Alex?
it's also crazy to think that that tattoo is like no longer with us, you know?
Oh, wow.
Tattoo, like I don't even have a picture of it. It's that old. Somebody probably has a picture of it. But
Alex, can you hear me or no?
rest in peace, Robbie. All right. Let me see you kind of move your ears around a little bit if you don't mind. Yeah. What's awesome is I tell that story about Robbie to like so many clients and stuff, and I talk about it all the time. And I even remember like hearing about when he passed, and I just told it like a couple of weeks before that.
Wow.
So
They keep him alive.
pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
I think that looks fucking sick.
I like the sound of that.
Let me see a little bit here. It does still like warp a little bit when you move your ears, but maybe if we I really don't think it even bothers it as much as it did before, because it kind of all just moves like inside of your head. Right? No, you really can. So let's maybe take a picture of this with your phone, let you check it out in the mirror. Thank you. Oh, I think.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, that's me. No, package. Let me see you scrunch your ear up a little bit too, and kind of like. So you can definitely see, you know, when you're like flexing it, how it like moves around. It's like kind of the most warped there, and then when you're
Oh yeah, like on the
you're
E.
solid, when you're solid, yeah. Definitely more like on the G, where it like pushes up right there.
Yeah, everything that you G.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. I don't want to make weird. Well, I don't care. I make weird
See,
faces all
but
the
when
time.
you're just like looking,
Yeah.
I like that placement a lot.
Gonna be there forever.
Yeah, 2 weeks after you die, right?
I knew this was a bad idea. Now I can't work on this.
I'll give you a few minutes to like get this together and kind of like wear that out and around if you feel like we need to move it, if you like it like a little higher, a little lower. I think the placement is awesome. I think it reads
I like it in the photo.
super nice on the side of your head.
I'm good with that.
Tight. Hell yeah. And yeah, just to give you an idea, you know, I'll be tattooing like kind of like this and kind of like that, and just kind of moving all around there. But I'll give you a few minutes to kind of get things how you want it.
Yeah.
You need water or anything?
I will take a water.
Nice. Got it.
Oh man, this has been a lot, Alex.
I'll put this right here for you, John.
Thank you.
No problem. Are y'all done with this cup? Is that trash?
Yeah, you can toss it.
guys, hey, if you wouldn't mind just kind of opening up the doorway so the fan could blow in there, you're welcome to kind of like stand in this little window or like wherever. But
Alex, are you in communication with
Yeah.
Sean?
get a little gust in there.
Makes sense.
Are we doing all right on his end? Because I don't have any way to communicate with him.
Yeah, I love how they took out the glass from the window and just kind of opened it up. Me and T-Bone can talk shit to each other all day.
Oh, I can communicate via voice.
Keeps the group alive.
This is so weird. The camera's backwards. But... Yay.
Testing. Okay. Working, you guys. You can hear it. And can you hear John still? I don't hear anything in the tattoo parlor. I'm listening to John's stream on Instagram. Yes. Okay. Now I am on the live stream with you guys, but I do not hear anything coming from the tattoo parlor. But we do have a special guest joining us. Hey, Faik, how are you, man? I see you.
Can you see me now?
Yes,
Hey,
I do.
Hallelujah. Perseverance, just kept trying.
Yeah. So thanks for keeping trying. We have been having technical difficulties, to say the least. And we have this convoluted setup. Like, I'm streaming to their StreamYard, and it's my restream, sharing my presentation on their StreamYard of everything going on. And I do not hear anything from the tattoo parlor, though. So
I can see them. But yeah, I was hearing their music, or was that your music?
that was my music.
But there was some very weird noise at some point. Zzz,
Yeah.
That I'm assuming that's the needle.
Oh, I think that was just their microphone having some issues.
Oh, I see.
And they have since fixed that. Yeah, so we don't hear John anymore. So let me tell Sean that. This is something. So for anybody watching, the bottom left quadrant is John. He's waving at the camera. Hi, John. And I can't hear him, though. And I know he has there. I hear something. Something's happening. And nothing yet. That's okay. And once we get this set up, I'm also going to stream this to my YouTube channel, Twitter account. I'm going to put this on blast all over YouTube. So I want to make sure we got this kind of dialed in so I don't lose people's attention during the setup process. But John wanted to show the setup live for everybody watching so they can kind of see how crazy this is. He's getting his head cleaned up and shaved right now by the tattoo artist. We're setting up all the cameras in the parlor as we speak. And he's got 3 devices in there. He has 2 phones and his laptop, and they're all set up streaming different things to different platforms. So it's pretty crazy. But I still don't hear John. John, did you mute yourself and restream by any chance? And I also don't see anybody else connected to John's live stream. So if Sean, if you're listening, do you guys have a feed over there? Okay. No speaking for John. What does that mean? What does that mean? All right, here we go. I've got the bodybuilding vegan back in the studio, but I don't hear him. No audio. Okay. So I'm letting Sean know. This is crazy. Like, and I think Sean's managing this. I'm managing a studio. Fike, how are you doing, man? What's been going on with you?
I'm doing well. Just a little bit, just work, and they have about 1 month left with this in the semester. But other than that, we were working on the crowdfunding campaign, getting it cooking in the background until we get ready to launch it sometime in April, hopefully mid to late April, to get it going. So yeah.
Very cool. And that's for VGS, right?
Correct. Yes.
Awesome. I'm excited to hear that. Okay. I'm just making sure how does my audio sound to you? Because I'm using
perfect. Perfect.
All right.
Sounds perfect.
I'm using one microphone for this stream, and I have another microphone on my computer I'm using for their stream. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I can hear you perfectly, actually.
Okay, good. Cool. So still no audio coming from their end, and that's okay. We'll talk through it. Thank you, Jones. Jones said your audio is great. All right, good to know that you guys hear me on the Instagram side on the Bodybuilding Vegan, because I'm using a whole different microphone for that, because it doesn't pick up my audio from my presentation, but it picks up your audio, Faik, and whoever else joins the stream. We've got a lot of special guests joining us today. You know, I should probably go live since I'm an hour late on my platforms. Everybody's probably wondering what is happening if I just like went MIA. So let me make some announcements real quick, and then I'm gonna go live on my end. Yeah. So how's teaching going? You're teaching what is it? Astrophysics, is it?
Yeah, so this semester I'm teaching physics and astronomy. There are semesters where I teach physics and mathematics. So it's like a variety of these three: physics, astronomy, and mathematics.
That's very brainy of you.
Yeah, they're related. So they are all related to each other in all kinds of ways. So it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And, you know, math is like, when I was in engineering school, it's like mathematics at the base. And then there's like math, chemistry, math, physics, chemistry, and then everything else on top of those.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's awesome. Have you been going to any animal sanctuaries lately?
So I will be visiting Goatlandia in April. So I will be Goatlandia is about 2 hours away from where I live, and so I'll be visiting them in April. And also I plan to visit Animal Place again because I volunteer there occasionally, and I would love to go sometime in April. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I have not been able to get out as much as I want to some of these other animal sanctuaries. I was at Live Freely Sanctuary just a few days ago. You guys probably saw the posts with the picture here that you see with Henry the pig. And who do we have here?
Can you hear
yes.
me now?
I hear you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, good Lord. All right. I think I'm going to back out of the other phone.
Okay. Okay, good.
All right. Oh, Lord, guys. This has been so much work.
Oh, yeah. We've been messing with this for like 2 hours trying to get it going. And I'm about to go live on my channels. And I think we're just about set up because I hear you. And if I can hear you, that probably means that the audience can hear you on your Instagram channel now. If anybody watching the Bodybuilding Vegans Instagram Live, would you let me know if you just heard John talking?
Okay. Could you do a favor? Could you run to the car and grab that charging cable, plug it into this phone, plug it into that laptop? Thank you.
Loud and clear. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Javier. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate it. I see your messages. I have live stream messages coming in here. I got them over here. I've got them everywhere right now. This is great. This is the most convoluted live stream I've ever done, and it's fun.
If not, I can send Royce to go buy one.
Yeah, I mean, I've got like one that kind of reaches around through my light here, but yeah, I really like that. And we've got a few spaces open, like right here, but yeah.
Because this has an hour and a half left, and I haven't even started.
All right, so I think I'm almost ready to launch this. I got a whole bunch of DMs. If you guys are DMing me right now, I have so many right now that I can't. I don't know what is going on. So if it's super, super important about the stream or something, text me or call me. My life's a mess at this point. It's just too many messages, and I'm putting in hours every day trying to keep up with them. So if you guys are DMing me right now, it's just lost in there. Okay. All right, everybody, about to start on the Yabonks side of things. I'm going to go ahead and launch this. And for you guys on John's live stream, you can see the behind the scenes studio. So you guys kind of get a sneak peek of what it's like running a live stream on a platform that streams. I'm going to be streaming to 4 different channels, technically 5, 6, or 7, or 8, if you include what's going out on John's platforms. So here we go.
Yeah.
And actually, I'll wait 1 or 2 minutes just for John to come back in the room. So that way, when I introduce the show, he can just like say hi. Because my video going forward on YouTube, like I've got 60,000 subscribers now. This video will get watched over the next couple weeks or months, probably tens of thousands of times. So I want to make sure like that first few seconds is like meaningful, and I don't lose the attention of everybody else who has ADD like I do. You know what I mean? All right. Let's
Can you still hear me, Alex?
There you go. I hear John again. Yes, I hear you.
Okay. I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
All right, 2 minutes, and then I'll start the show on my end, okay?
90% certain this is what we used on our last 2 here. This is like the brighter one.
Awesome.
This is a little like paper towel swab.
Okay. So, Faik, have you been following this fundraiser that John started for us earlier this week?
Yeah. It's really exciting, really exciting. I mean, it's just pretty awesome to see the kind of support that you have, Alex, from the community that you have. You know, there is all that intersection. You know, the bodybuilding community, vegan bodybuilding community, the Yabonks community on YouTube channel, and the Karma Farm Sanctuary followers. And it's pretty beautiful to have that kind of support and that kind of community to embrace you as much as this community has embraced you.
I agree. It's a magical experience. I'll tell you what, I'm overwhelmingly grateful and thankful for all the support. I didn't expect this to ever get this big and have like tentacles going into all these other industries and niches. I was just like, I like to rescue animals and, build out the animal sanctuary. And then my YouTube channel took off. And now I've got like the finance and crypto and DeFi world supporting the sanctuary. And then I meet John and Want to Save Mini and all these fitness bodybuilders that, I'm a bodybuilder, not as big as John yet. Yeah.
I'm going to keep it hidden though.
So I met him and we became best friends over the animal welfare stuff and bodybuilding and whatnot. And my whole Instagram account just got swept up into this fitness scene. And the support has been unbelievable from the fitness enthusiasts and the vegan bodybuilders and everything. And then also all the animal rescuers, the sanctuary owners, the volunteers. It's been amazing. It really has. And I'm going to repeat all this again at some point when we're streaming on my channel, because a lot of the people watching my channel will be from each of those segments. And, I want to make sure to always shout out as many people as I can that support me, like you, Faik.
Oh, thank you. Of course. It's very, very well deserved, Alex. You are doing such a beautiful job. You're incredibly dedicated. You work so incredibly hard for these animals. It's incredibly inspiring. So
thanks, man. And I believe we have John back. I've unmuted him. John, if I start my live stream, will you say hi real quick before you?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So you guys, let me hit live on my channel. I'll give a little intro and then we'll continue the conversation. Okay.
feel like I'm about to take a nap.
All right. Here we go. I do believe we are live. So, hey, everybody, it's Alex here, aka Yabonks. And on today's special edition of the Yabonks Show, we are doing a charity fundraiser live stream with a twist. And the twist is John Thomas, the bodybuilding vegan, is getting his head tattooed during this entire live stream. He's going to get the word vegan in bright green letters tattooed on his face and head because he's crazy and awesome, and he's doing it to support charity and the animals.
Karma Farm.
And Karma Farm Sanctuary. For those who don't know, Karma Farm Sanctuary is my animal sanctuary that I run in Florida with my wife, Kelly. We're a 501c3 nonprofit charity, and we rescue animals in need. That's our whole mission. It's simple. It's cut and dry. There's an animal in need, and we are able to do something about it. We step in and help, and we try to only step in the most drastic, dire situations where it's life or death or terrible suffering or something, because resources are scarce. And that is why we are doing this fundraiser. And that's why John stepped up and said, hey, I want to help you guys out. And this was all his own initiative. He was just like,
Alex,
hey, what's that?
Am I sideways?
Yes, you are sideways.
I need to fix that.
You got it auto-rotated again.
Oh, man.
So I'll make some introductions real quick. To the side of me is a picture of me and Henry. Henry the pig is who we are fundraising for. He has multiple surgeries that he has had done since he's been rescued from an abusive and deadly situation. And he is recovering right now at Live Freely Sanctuary, and he is in quarantine recovering while we build out his forever home here at Karma Farm Sanctuary. And below me is Faik, the CEO and founder of VGS. Faik, do you want to say hi?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Alex and John, for having me with you guys. This is pretty exciting. John, thank you for all that you have been doing. I've been following the work you have been doing and what you have been doing for Alex and Kelly and Karma Farm. That's really inspiring. Yeah, so VGS is it's an app we have started, and it's designed around supporting animal sanctuaries worldwide. We have partnered with about 140 sanctuaries so far in about 40 countries, including Karma Farm Sanctuary, of course. And so we are at the starting stages. Yeah.
I closed my eyes.
Yeah. So we started. So far we have stays, and we are building the infrastructure for events. We function like Airbnb, Eventbrite, and we would like to add more components in the coming months and years. And we donate 50% of the money that we raise to sanctuaries, because we so deeply believe in the very, very powerful and important transformative work that they do for all of us. And yeah.
Thank you, Faik. And I appreciate the work you do and what you're doing at VGS, trying to help fund animal sanctuaries through commercial efforts with your tech startup company. I love it. I'm glad I'm a part of it with you. And also, you're a great person. I consider you a great friend of mine. You're a great friend of mine, man. I'm so glad you joined this. And John, Faik shares our same mission here, to help animals in need. Now, John, I know you're a little occupied at the moment, but do you want to say hi to everybody and give a quick introduction to yourself and say whatever you want before the needle starts going into your brain?
Yeah, if you guys didn't catch my post from this morning, I talked a little bit more about this. I feel like this has been a transformative week for me. I've known most of this year. Really, this is like a 2024 thing for me that I want to give back more. I'm not even gonna lie, Alex. I thought it was a little silly that we were putting so much money into Henry the pig until I saw the video, until it opened my heart, and like I saw him running around like a dog. It reaffirmed for me that his life has value, and if we can do something to help him and to save him, we should. And if we can value one animal, we can place value for all animals, for all lives that are out there that need our help. And I've just been overwhelmed with the number of people that have stepped up to help here. Not everyone's vegan, so I feel like this is a chance to allow everybody to open their hearts some and show some love for Henry. And then once you put out love into the world, it's not a limited resource. Money and other things might be limited, but love is unlimited. And the more we can do that, I think the better we can make the world. And that's my goal before I die, is to try and make the world a better place. So thank you, Alex. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Bach. I know this has been a big headache. Play on words there, because it's going to be a headache. But it's coming together, and I just appreciate you guys. The donation is still live because Henry's going to need food for many years to come. Alex is going to take care of him for a long ass time, and anything you guys can do is going to help. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Seriously, this is it's a huge thing you're doing, you know, especially for us here at Karma Farm Sanctuary, and most importantly for Henry. You know, he has to get those surgeries. Yeah, if we wanted to save his life, which we did, we took that action along with Tanya and Mike over at Live Freely Sanctuary and some other rescue organizations that were involved. And you know, when you make that decision to save an animal, you gotta take care of that animal, right? It doesn't stop there. It does, like, you don't step in and stop the person from kicking the dog or who's about to shoot the dog, and then you just like leave the dog and let it just run off into the woods. That's not how it works. These are domesticated animals. They're not from around here. They will get killed in the wild. They'll get hit by a car. It's terrible what we see out here. But you rescue the animal, and then you have to care for it for the rest of its life, right? And part of that includes the initial surgeries and medical checkups. You know, with a pig especially, you got to get them neutered. And we did that with Henry, and there were complications because of he's a crypto orchid. If you guys have been following this for the past few weeks, you'd be up to date on this, and I'll dive into all that more later. But he's had multiple surgeries now, and the bill is very high, like close to $5,000, and there are other expenses as well that Live Freely Sanctuary and us have been shouldering those costs. Oh man, that sounds intense, John. I'm nervous for you, bro, buddy. And John stepping up and saying, "Hey, I know you guys are working around the clock, and you know, trying to make all this money to put into the sanctuary." And he's like, "I want to help you guys out with a fundraiser with my massive platform." Like, John has one of the biggest Instagram channels in the vegan scene. He's got some of the best supporters out here. Everybody who follows John is just so supportive and awesome. And all of you that have found me through John, I want to say thank you guys for being so awesome and supportive. And for supporting my buddy John here, who's got a heart of gold. So I could say a million things right now, but John, thank you so much for doing this. You crazy ass. What, like, look at you right now. What are you doing? So our first goal, for those who are just joining us, our first goal was $5,000. If we raised $5,000 for Henry's care, then John, he pledged an oath. He said, if we hit $5,000 by this weekend, I will tattoo the word vegan in big green letters across the side of my face and head. And I'm like, no, you won't. And he's like, I'm doing it, dude. And he's doing it right now. He is getting a tattoo on his head. You guys, are you seeing this? And that is the brilliant tattoo artist. I believe your name is Bach, right?
Bach, yep.
Yep, Bach. So, Bach, take good care of my friend there. He's going to wear this for life, okay?
Thank you.
We've got a special guest joining us as well. We've got Action Crypto in the house. What's up, buddy? This is my friend.
What's going on?
Action, a huge supporter of the Yvonne's channel. And he's got a special friend. Action, do you want to say hi and introduce you,
Yeah.
you and your friend?
This is Melon over here. She doesn't lay anymore, but we keep her around because
Hi,
she's
Melon.
awesome.
Hi, Melon. I'm glad you joined us, man.
You guys are doing some good stuff. I've been hopping on and off here, and it's been good. And things are moving along, and getting tattooed live. This doesn't happen very often.
This is incredible. This is uncanny. This was all John's idea, by the way. This guy right here, John Thomas, the bodybuilding vegan. He's my best friend. He's a superhero in real life, not only because of his muscles and strength and everything, but because all he does is help people and animals.
That's awesome.
So, like, he doesn't have a mean bone in his body, and like, he spent so much time and money and all this stuff this week to do this big fundraiser. And I didn't ask him to do this. He insisted and he insisted. And I'm like, brother, I love you. Yes, thank you. What can I do to help? So I'm here trying to figure out this whole streaming thing. We're streaming on like 8 channels, Action. I know you're a YouTuber.
I love it.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, Action Crypto is a gigantic YouTuber in the crypto and DeFi space. He's got a huge following, and he is friends with like the big guys like BitBoy Crypto and all these other guys. And he's here hanging out with old Yabonks and friends. Like, what is going on?
Well, what's going on? It's you. What do you mean? What's going on? We want to make sure this thing actually goes forward. I mean, whenever you have one of these, I gotta hop on at least once. You know what I mean? Like, the whole goal around this is making sure more people know exactly what you're doing, what you're building over there, and that it matters, man. Like, it doesn't matter how big people are. The big thing here is what you're doing over there at the sanctuary, brother. Like, that's what really matters. Right?
Thanks,
She agrees. She agrees.
Well, I'm overwhelmingly grateful. So I can't even put into words how much gratitude I have for just everything happening in my life. And all of you guys. I mean, it's seriously like magic in real life. Like, I'm walking through magical clouds of blessings, and I don't understand why, but I just want to say thank you guys for allowing me to be in this position to facilitate and just like whatever my role is here. Like, I'm so grateful.
I mean, you just explained exactly why. Because you are grateful, because you don't take things for granted. And we don't have enough people out there that do what you do, man. Like, that's what it boils down to. Like, we are all, like, I'll be honest, like, I'm about supporting good people doing good things in the space. And you're the epitome of that, right? It's never putting yourself first. It's always about what you can do for others. And like, you are the legend. It's you. You're the legend here. You're the one that making things happen. And that's why time and time again, I am glad to hop on, to come over, bring people over, and do whatever I can to make sure that people understand that you are the real deal.
Thanks, man. And then the heavenly music plays. Hey, seriously, thank you. That's some of the nicest stuff anybody's ever said to me. I really appreciate it, man. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to be a good person and do good things while I got time here. Just like John was saying a little bit earlier, you know, he's at this point in his life where he just wants to do some good here on this earth before he goes, and that is something we share together. Like, that's like, we don't got much time here, right? So let's try to do some good stuff, help people, help animals. And, you know, we all got issues and we all struggle, and, you know, sometimes things are hard and everything, but when you focus on the good that we can do, it really changes things. It really does.
It's one of those things, like that statement that people say, you know, we're not here for a long time, we're here for a good time. I agree with that completely, just not in the way that most people use it. You know what I mean? Like, the good time for me is doing exactly what you're saying, like being there for others, making sure people are growing, making sure people are getting everything that they need. You can hang out all you want, buddy. It's okay.
I'm so glad you brought one of your chickens on here. That is awesome. What is
She hangs.
What's her name again?
Melon.
Awesome.
Yeah, they all have names. The kids are great. The kids love her.
They gotta have names. They're little people. And we've got some speaking of people, we've got some great friends of ours also joining. We've got Live Freely Sanctuary. Tanya, Mike, I see you now. Yes. Oh, this is awesome. So Tanya and Mike at Live Freely Sanctuary have Henry at the moment. Okay. So we're hopefully about to see Henry. And we've also got Wild Angel. Down Home Crypto. Does somebody can you guys put headphones in or turn your speakers down? I'm echoing through somebody's speakers.
You gotta fight through it, man. I know it's hard. You just gotta like talk over yourself and keep it going. It's the hardest thing in the world.
Phone. I'm trying to figure out how to turn the camera around.
I can turn my headphones off. Maybe you won't hear that so bad in the background now.
Okay, I think this is better now. Okay, it's fixed. I believe it's fixed. So, Wild Angel, Tanya, you're very laggy, by the way. So your internet connection is like frozen and choppy. So I'll wait for that to clear up a little bit. While that's happening, Wild Angel, do you want to say hi and introduce yourself to everybody?
Hey guys, I'm Wild Angel from Down Home Crypto, Serenity's wife. I have done some crochet work. I don't know if you guys have seen it for the big New Year's raffle that we did for Gimli the goat. I have something kind of special for this one too, but I will leave that for Alex to talk about. I only have a couple minutes. I'm popping in here for just to say hi. And Alex, we love you and we support what you do. And yeah, I love the animals. I have a small zoo at my own house. So.
Well, thank you so much. And what she was referring to earlier was this crochet project that is in progress. And this is going to be a replica of Henry the Pig that she is crocheting by hand. And she is a master crocheter, if that's a word.
It is now.
It is now. And I don't have it with me, but she crocheted Godric the goose, one of our rescue geese. And it is a perfect replica. And it's like the coolest. It's one of the coolest things ever. I don't know how she did it. It's witchcraft. It's voodoo. It's magic. It's lots of skill. So she's making something like that now for Henry the Pig, just like she did for Gimli the goat, by the way, which James Pelton, the big famous James Pelton YouTuber, he won that during the raffle during the New Year's live stream, and he loves it. He said his wife stole it immediately and ran with it, along with the Karma Farm Sanctuary shirt, which he did wear.
I believe that.
He wore it at ETH Denver, by the way, Action. He wore his Karma Farm Sanctuary shirt at ETH Denver this year.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
One of the biggest crypto conferences in the world. And like one of the biggest YouTubers in the crypto space walking around in a Karma Farm Sanctuary shirt. Like, what is happening in my life? I don't even know. But Wild Angel, thank you so much for doing this. So do you want to explain the rules for this raffle that you have here? How do you want to do it? Because this, I'll let you have free reign.
Anybody who donates today, during the live stream, gets an entry into the Henry the Pig limited edition Wild Angel creation. Max I will ever make is probably 5 of these. So it's numbered. It's number 1 of 5.
Okay.
And I do ask that whoever wins it or enters, please be US. Unfortunately, I am kind of tapped out on international shipping.
No,
right now.
no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Oh,
I'm gonna cover.
okay.
I'm gonna send you the labels, and I'm gonna cover shipping anywhere in the world.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
So, okay, fair game.
Wow.
Anybody.
Community right there.
I'm gonna let Alex run it. So Alex, basically you do the rules. I am at work all day, and then I will be on Freaky Friday tonight. So
okay.
But I gotta hop off. I gotta go. Thanks, guys. I love you. Good luck.
Thank you so much, Wild Angel. That's awesome. And I'll let you know. We'll do the raffle at the end of the stream later tonight, and I'll let you know who. And you want me to pick 5 winners, right? No, just one. Just one. Okay.
No, this is just a limited edition.
All right.
So max ever, I will only make 5.
All right.
So
good to know. So
but,
this is limited edition. There'll
yeah.
only be one of these in existence, and if somebody wins this, they'll have one of them that'll ever exist. There might be 5 at some point that exist. So it might be one of 5, but right now it'll be one of one, totally custom, unique. Henry replica, handmade, crocheted by Master Crocheter, Wild Angel, my dear, dear friend, and one of the greatest Yabonks community members there ever has been. So Wild Angel, thank you so much for stopping by.
Hey, you got to give me more lead time on these things.
Tell John that. Tell the guy getting his face tattooed right now.
Okay, John.
He did this so fast. This guy moves faster than anybody I know. I don't know how he does so much in so little time. He's a machine. He's like, hey, by the way, I'm doing this huge fundraiser and I got these celebrities involved and all these people. We're going to raise thousands of dollars. We're going to cover all of Henry's things and I'm going to get tattoos and it's going to happen in 4 days. I'm like, dude, what? And now we're here.
That way I can send you more than just a picture of the head.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank
Gotta
you
check.
for
See you
staying up
later.
late and getting it to where it is. So thank you, Wild Angel. We'll talk with you later. All right. So now we have Henry on camera. So you guys, if you see down here at Wild Angel, or excuse me, at Live Freely camera feed down here, it is pointed at Henry as we speak. I do believe Tanya is having a little bit of lag issue. And we've got Serenity in the house. Serenity from Down Home Crypto wearing his Karma Farm Sanctuary shirt. Thank you for joining us, brother. How are you?
Doing great, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm so glad you're here. Serenity is one of my best friends out here. Jim, wonderful guy, heart of gold, and he's been helping me in these charity fundraisers for years now. I couldn't do this stuff without you, man. You two, Action. You guys are like, you guys are just so solid. So thank you for joining and all your support. I love that you're wearing your Karma Farm shirt right now, Serenity. That is so cool.
Of course, buddy, man. Karma Farm, it's with me everywhere I go. Check that out. No matter what I do on stream, Karma Farm is always there, giving me inspiration, and it drives me, pushing me forward. I love it. So thank you for being that shining example of what goodness is in this space, man. Love it.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. You're such an awesome friend. I've got the best friends ever, you guys. I mean, just look at the folks here right now, and you can tell like the quality of people that I share what little precious free time I have with. And oftentimes it's not even free time. It's like,
I was about to say, like, what free time?
I don't have free time, actually. This is free. This is like my free time, even though I've been working nonstop for 2 days. I haven't slept really in 2 nights to get this all ready and make sure this goes as smoothly as possible. And this is what I would consider, like, I just try to bake this stuff into what I'm doing. The opportunity to spend time with the people that are just the best, really. You guys.
Thank you, brethren. Yeah, we've got some amazing people over here. Action, man, that is so awesome of you to cover the shipping. Because, yeah, that's one thing we want to give back. But unfortunately, as you know, as a just starting out, struggling content creator, it's rough. I mean, it's like making those pennies stretch. And so, yeah, poor Wild Angel, she felt so bad. She's like, we got to put a limit because I can't afford shipping to go to Norway again. It's ugly. So thank you so much for covering that, brother.
Of course, it's my pleasure, man. Yeah, not a lot of people know this. I actually have a fulfillment center where I do a lot of shipping. So yeah, it's discounted, so I might as well help out. You know what I mean?
Thank you, brother. It means a lot. So
of course.
So cool.
You want to give any? I got a lot of digital wallets laying around. Do you want to give any of those away today?
I mean,
What? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely anything that can make this more fun and enjoyable for the viewers and the audience members, the supporters, the donors. Heck yeah, man. So,
all right, it's on. It's on.
So what is it exactly?
So I got a couple. So we'll tell them that we'll draw one, but I'll probably send them a couple just because you can never have one digital wallet. You always need a backup in case something happens. But yeah, it's hang on a second. Let me get it and I'll be right back.
Okay. That is so cool, man. We already got people joining, giving stuff away, setting up these raffles with handmade, one-of-a-kind, amazing gifts. And we're like just 24 minutes into this live stream, and it's already a complete banger, you guys. This is awesome. Look at Henry down there. Henry the pig is frozen on the screen, but in mid nuzzling of Tanya's knees. He's a sweet, sweet boy. He really is. Tanya, we got to get you a better internet connection out there somehow.
And you know, it's funny, Alex, because you know, like you're talking with Henry, he had to have a surgery and stuff. And you got to cover that, and you know, we just went through an issue with Mushu, which is Wild Angel's bearded dragon, and you know, he started acting really weird. We took him to the vet, and it's like, okay, we've got to come up with $300 quick, and so I had to liquidate and do some different things, shuffling, and you know, got him all the care he needed. And sadly, even after that, about 4 days later, he fell asleep and never woke up. The pneumonia took over his lungs, and you know, we got him his injections. We did everything we could. And sometimes you can't always do something. So times like this, when we can make a difference, I think it's really important to step in, because that is a feeling nobody wants to experience. Whether it's a pig, a bearded dragon, a cat, a family member, you know, having the ability to do that is really challenging. And a lot of people, a lot of times in life, we can't do that. So I'm honestly honored to be here and be a part of making this happen, because Henry is absolutely awesome, and every animal is. And I think they all deserve that freedom to live.
Well, first, I want to say I'm so sorry to hear about Mushu. I know Wild Angel was messaging me last night saying how hard it was and everything. And so I'm sorry you guys are dealing with that. I know how it is, right? Like when you steward so many animals, and they're different species with different lifespans and ailments and ages. Oftentimes, each year, we have to deal with multiple deaths of essentially family members that we love and care for every single day. And it never gets easier. It always hurts. And that's one of the hardest things about running an animal rescue or sanctuary organization, is the constant cycles of grief that hit hard and fast. Like sometimes, boom, 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 and 1 month you'll get hit with 3 or 4 all at once for some reason, and it's just like God's testing you to see if you can survive it, the trauma, and carry on, because there are still lives that need to be cared for, and still lives that can be saved. So we must keep working in these times, as much as sometimes you just want to curl up and roll over and just dissociate completely from reality. We often can't, out of necessity. And so the grief, the healing process from grief in an environment like this is unique, to say the least. And you have to have coping skills that are like you never would have thought you would ever have to develop for something like this. It doesn't make sense half the time. But I don't know, man. So I'm sorry about Mushu, bro, and I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for taking the time while you're dealing with that to come on here and support us. You're one of our biggest supporters. You always have been. And I couldn't do half the stuff I've done out here without you. I hope you know that. You always come in the clutch, man. You're awesome. So Jim, you're a superstar, man. Thank you for joining us. Everybody go subscribe to Jim Longden's YouTube channel, Down Home Crypto with Serenity. All right. And he will teach you how to do crypto from A to Z. All right. And he's one of the best teachers out here. He's an amazing YouTuber. Go check out his content. You'll love it.
Thank you, brother. And, like you're talking the grieving process, one thing I want everybody to know out there is, we just talked about Mushu with Wild Angel and stuff. One of her healing remedies she's working on right now is putting all that love, all that passion, everything of Mushu into Henry the pig, the one-of-a-kind crochet. So that isn't just made out of labor. That's made out of love. That's made out of heart. That's made out of passion. All the emotions that Wild Angel's going through is going into Henry. So I can say 100% being backstage here, Henry's the pig is going to have the most love, passion, heart, and soul put into its creation than anything she's ever made. So it's a one-of-a-kind deal.
That extraction was the most painful thing I've ever done.
That's super touching that she is dealing with that in such a selfless, productive, and compassionate way to go out and help others in her time of grief. Like, you hear how crazy that sounds to most normal people. That's a very selfless reaction. And I think that's beautiful, really. So I also want to show the bottom of my screen. If I can make here we go. We've got Henry. I can see Henry. Tanya, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm sorry our service is so bad. I'm trying to find different spots to try to get it to work.
Do I need to send you a router, you bonks, so you can have another access point out there?
Maybe. I think Tanya really does need something like that.
They're running fiber as we speak right now, but it's not going to be ready for a couple months.
Yeah, that I kind of caught what you were saying. It was a little hard to hear, but I think she's getting fiber in a couple months, they say, but I never trust it. They've been saying that out here for years. We've never gotten it.
I'm waiting too.
Yeah, man. Well, it's good to see Henry on the screen. He's a beautiful pig. He's such a sweet boy. He's like the nicest. It's like a dog. He's like a dog, and he's like the nicest dog you've ever met. Okay.
Only smarter.
Only smarter, and strong. Very strong. He's a very strong boy. But he wags his tail when he's happy. He loves treats. He's got soulful eyes, and he wants to live and be happy. Just like all of us, just like Melon over there in your lap action, just like all these animals that we all care for out here. And it's so cool seeing so many people come together for the love of animals and helping animals in need.
So these are, by the way, Alex, they're the SafePal wallets. So add it to the list.
Oh man, let me write this stuff down because my brain is like Swiss cheese at the moment from lack of sleep. All right, so SafePal wallet. Did I get that right? SafePal S1. Okay.
And we'll do two of them because I mean you can't do just one, right?
Oh my gosh. SafePal wallet S1.
Nobody likes to be alone. You got to do two.
Man, thank you.
Like imagine your
so
wallet
much.
breaks. What are you gonna do? You need the backup.
Wow. Thank you so much, Action. That's so generous of you. And anybody listening, what just happened was Action is donating 2 of his own SafePal wallets, SafePal S1s, for if you guys are into crypto or trying to learn how to do it. You want to have a hardware wallet like this.
Are you accepting crypto?
Cold wallet. I am. We do. So we are accepting crypto for this fundraiser. And actually, about half of our donations so far have come in through crypto for this fundraiser.
Nice.
Yes. So
it's fake internet money anyway, so I might as well give it to you.
Hey, I can use it to directly pay off the vet credit card bills through Spritz. You know, I use Spritz. If you guys watch my YouTube channel, I have an interview with the CEO of Spritz, and I use it every week to pay up my bills with my crypto that I make trading, doing whatever fundraisers. We use it for our animal sanctuary. So crypto is not fake internet money as much as we hear that thrown around. It's very real. And I basically make the majority of my money in crypto at this point in my life. So you gotta have a wallet.
100%.
This is the future, you guys.
Here.
Hardware, cold wallet, best practices. That way you have to physically input a code at the same time you're trying to do something and initiate a transaction. So hackers can't get your crypto. Okay. Now usually like this one I have is like $75. These aren't cheap. You can get more affordable ones like 30, 40, 50 bucks sometimes, but like this is a decent one. It's 75 bucks. Action is donating 2 SafePal wallets to people who donate. So I'm going to do a raffle at the end of this fundraiser like we did on New Year's. And I will pick winners for the SafePal wallets and also for the handmade Henry the Pig crochet replica from Wild Angel. And we actually have even more stuff that we will be raffling off as well. So anybody who donates during this fundraiser and during this live stream event, I'll be going for hours. I got the coffee, you guys. I'm not stopping. You'll have.
Oh, we're in trouble now.
I'll stop live streaming when I'm dead. All right. Yeah. I'm on like 2 nights of no sleep. So give me like 3 more nights of no sleep, and I probably will be dead. But no, I'll be fine. I'm invincible. But yeah, we're gonna raffle these off at the end of the night. Okay, so we'll keep live streaming. I know John is getting his tattoo for probably another hour or 2. I don't know how fast Bach is right now. Let me see if I can zoom in on him. Oh, let me. There we go.
Yeah, I don't think you're just camera right now.
No,
seems a little occupied.
And
he
anybody
does look comfy though.
Anybody watching on Instagram, on John's Instagram. John has a massive Instagram, by the way. He's got like almost 100,000 followers. All right.
Wow.
So I know there are probably dozens or hundreds of people watching over there right now through our convoluted streaming setup that we have. But hopefully with me zoomed in like this, you can see John getting tattooed better. We can't really see the tattoo because, you know, it's in progress. But John is in the zone. He's meditating. He's blocking out the pain. He is suffering the pain for the animals right now. It's a legend, dude. John is a legend, you guys.
That's not an easy place to get a tattoo, man. That is rough.
Dude, this is
I
temple.
can't even imagine.
That's like the thinnest skin, like on your head, like right there on your temple, like where all those veins are and stuff. John's
you know, this is terrible because John's setting this precedence now with my big shiny head. Somebody's going to want me to get a tattoo of some kind. They're like, come on, Sonny, when are you going to get one? Like, no. Pressure's on.
The pressure's on. Yeah. Jim, you're next. You're next, man. No, for real though. Like, John is so hardcore. He's like, dude, I want to do the craziest thing I can think of to just try to raise some charity for animal rescues or sanctuaries. And this is what he came up with. And it is so crazy. It worked. We hit our initial goal within days. Our first goal was $5,000. And before the live stream, I tabulated everything, and we're at $5,376 as of before the live stream. Now, I see comments coming in on all these platforms, people saying they have donated since the live stream has started. So the amount is actually higher than that. And since we surpassed our initial goal a day or 2 ago, we are going to our second goal. We always have a stretch goal, always have a second goal, because more people want to be a part of this. And we want everybody to be a part of Karma Farm Sanctuary with us. And every single dollar goes to the animals. This is a boots on the ground operation with me and Kelly. Every single dollar goes to the animals. We're 501c3. We do all our accounting by the books. We're as transparent as they come. You can ask us. We got receipts for everything, all that good stuff. But getting the funds in the first place is the hardest part, right? Like, where does the money come from to take care of the animals that we all want to rescue? And it's the community. It's all of us.
Crocheted pigs.
Well, in a creative way, it can.
But one that
you know. So everybody who's donated, thank you so much. This is incredible. We've already covered so many of Henry's vet bills, and we are currently building and fencing off his pasture and house here at Karma Farm Sanctuary, and he's going to have more vet bills coming up, inevitably, along with food and medical expenses ongoing for the next 10, 15 years, probably, his natural life. So every dollar that gets donated is going to go into the sanctuary coffers if we go above and beyond his vet bills, and then it will be there for his care. So every single dollar, if we get to that $10,000, that'll probably cover his expenses for the next 6 to 12 months, including everything that's already happened here.
Alex, can you flip a screen?
Yes.
Or
John, your screen is mirrored.
Nice.
It looks backwards.
Oh no!
It says Negev.
Part of my job.
Negev. It looks really good though.
Yeah, it's clean.
Come closer again, John. One more time. That looked really good.
Did.
That looked super clean. And now I think he's got to get it filled in next. That is so hardcore.
So, sadly, Wild Angel said I am not allowed to have a tattoo on my head. So sorry,
What?
guys. Looks like I can't have one.
Wild Angel, come on.
I was game too, and yeah, she shut it down. And hey, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So
Oh,
I'm so glad you have that action.
that's awesome.
Oh, you guys. So
Alex, that's one of those things that I don't think a lot of people realize. I mean, I've been on with you for several different fundraisers for different events, and it's always because something tragic occurs.
Yeah.
But I think people forget that they got to eat every day. They've got to have housing, shelter, whether it's swimming pools, fresh water, fencing, whatever it is. It's got to be a constant flow of expenditures. And we only do things like this from time to time. So I'm sure a lot of people are like, well, why do you need another 5,000? It's like, yeah, you don't realize it's I'll feed them for a couple of months. And so there's always a second goal. And even those stretch goals aren't enough to really support them for the long haul. So
no.
Every little bit helps.
it's not a stretch goal. It's just the regular goal now, guys. It's okay.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, we don't even call them stretch goals anymore. This is our next goal, our second goal. Because with an animal sanctuary, fundraising is part of the game. All right. So it's the lifeblood of a rescue organization and an animal sanctuary. Without it, the sanctuaries die. They literally fall apart. And those animals that we all love and care for, and the animals that inspire hope in all of us, go off to wherever. It's a nightmare when a sanctuary shuts down. Trust me, I've been part of it in terms of like having to help clean up, and find placement for the animals. It's really hard. And it's a big burden on all the other sanctuaries that have to figure out how to accommodate that. So
you want to go to the other side?
Donations are the lifeblood of any rescue organization, any charity in general. And we are so grateful for this. So yeah, second goal, $10,000. We are trying to raise as much money as possible. If we can raise $100,000, if we can raise $500,000, if we can raise $1 million for Karma Farm Sanctuary, we will absolutely do it. And we will just go as hard as we can, putting those funds to the best use possible for the animals, fully public, on camera every week with you guys. And you guys can always come here. Many of you guys have been here already. A lot of you are volunteers here in person. So like, we're trying to do this as big as possible. My goal is to get Karma Farm Sanctuary with a trust fund with $50 to $100 million in it before I die, right? And I want Karma Farm Sanctuary to operate and expand off the interest that would generate every year in perpetuity, forever, without me having to be the financial driver behind this thing. And now we've got the community here helping me drive it. So we've come so far, and we've got folks like John, the bodybuilding vegan, like Jim, like Action, like Faik. By the way, Faik is a tech startup CEO of VGS, and it's an AI-driven app that does all sorts of amazing stuff for people with dietary and lifestyle preferences like vegans, and it will actually donate half of all the profits to over 140 different animal sanctuaries and organizations. So people like Faik are geniuses, first off, but they're also geniuses with hearts of gold. And those are the kind of people I want to surround myself with.
Thank you so much, Alex, for very, very kind words. Yeah, we have started just barely a year ago, and we're really looking forward to expanding this year and, moving forward. And it's people like you that give me a lot of hope and belief that the world is a place that's worth living in. Sometimes, it's too much despair, and it almost gets too overwhelming. But thank you so much for all that you do. You see your level of commitment, and I just realized, man, I'm not even anywhere near that league, and I have to work harder. So
you severely, humbly undervalue yourself in front of us, and you do so much, man. You're nonstop all the time, and you're putting so many people together that creates effects far beyond anything we could ever imagine. So don't ever discredit yourself, man.
He doesn't.
No, it
I knew
it's
immediately.
yeah, it's Alex, for you, like day in, day out, day in, day out. You were saying 2 nights not barely slept. I slept very well last night. You barely slept just to get this all together. And it's incredibly inspiring. It really is. And the key, Alex, like you did, you surrounded yourself with this amazing community. That's exactly the key. It's just building a new worldwide community on a new kind of ethic and outlook. And I think that's really the key to lots of things, to lots of positive, healthy, wholesome things for all of us, including the animals as well. So,
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man. And I'm not ever going to say that not sleeping is a good thing. Okay, it's actually probably pretty bad.
no, it is. It's a sacrifice. That's exactly what I said. It's a sacrifice. It's to be that committed to make that kind of sacrifice. I mean, that's a sacrifice. It's you paying a price. It is a sacrifice. It's your health. It's you are. But it just there is, and that shows the level of commitment. It's not you were because you were, I don't know what you were doing. You were doing it exactly because it is so necessary for making this happen. Otherwise, I'm sure you just have slept.
I would have slept for sure, man. It's
Yeah.
because the financial burden is heavy for everything that I support here. 30 plus rescues, plus all of the other rescues that are ongoing with the vet bills. The vet bills are crazy, and even at this point, making more money than I've ever made in my life, it is not enough. And as I make more money, we are scaling. We are slowly scaling our rescue efforts and the amount of animals that we can provide sanctuary for. And then I need to keep up that financial stream. Now, fortunately, I am blessed with all of you and everybody listening, everybody who has donated, everybody who will donate, everybody who comments, likes, subscribes, shares, says nice things about us, tells your friends, wears a shirt like Jim, or gets a sticker and then this puts it somewhere so people go look us up. All those little things help alleviate that burden from me and help us scale this thing. Now, I'm kind of a masochistic workaholic for whatever reason. And as we scale, I can't help but as we get caught up, I can't help but push it a little further. And it's because of the need, right? It's as soon as we're in a good spot again, it's like it comes across our feed. This pig is only 30 minutes away and it is being abused right now in an animal cruelty case. And it is going, and they're going to shoot it in the head or face later tonight. And that's what happened with Henry. And that's why, like, Tanya and Mike at Live Freely and me and Kelly got together and we're like, we got to go get this animal out of this bad situation. No creature should go through that. Have you ever seen an animal with a hole in its face that dies slowly over a week? I have. It is messed up. It is the most awful suffering. It's just a terrible way to go. And I don't wish that on anybody, any creature, nothing. And if I can stop that from happening, and all it costs me is a few all-nighters to finance that rescue, I will give up however many nights of sleep I need to, even if it ages me. Look at me. Look, I'm all wrinkly now, and I got rough skin, and I've lost some of my gains recently, but that's okay. I'll get the work-life balance back, and because I can't push it like that forever. I have to do it strategically and in a way that's somewhat sustainable, so that way I don't completely collapse in on myself, and then this all just blows up, right? So, anyway, thank you for saying all that.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's the least that I can do. Just at least recognize that. You, Alex, you and other founders of animal sanctuaries are bearing witness on behalf of all of us, and it's very important for us to bear witness on your behalf as well. It's incredibly critical.
Yeah. That's a great point. I think a lot of the stuff we see is hidden from public view for obvious reasons.
Mom, are you still here?
And And one thing that's not hidden from view right now is John Thomas getting his head tattooed on camera. And, you know, when people think of animal sanctuaries, they generally think of what we see on the screen next to me with Live Freely Sanctuary with Tanya rubbing a pig's belly, the pig's in paradise, happy as can be, loved, loving life, not in danger, never going to be killed or tortured, and has a loving family. And that's how we like to think of all animals, every one of us. And I know we've got vegans and non-vegans. We got the whole spectrum here, like for all across. And I think all of us would agree, nobody wants to see an animal go through any suffering, right? And like we see what Tanya's doing, and that's what we think of when we think of animal sanctuaries. But a lot of times we see what Faik was saying. We bear witness to horrific, traumatic abuse of these creatures, and we have to intervene ourselves. And often it's dark, it's lonely. There's nobody else there but like you and maybe one other person and this animal that you're getting out of the situation. It's like you go into these like hellscapes, into the trenches, and you get these animals out, you get them away from the bad people who are abusing them, and then you figure it out from there to give them what Tanya is giving to this animal right here, right now, on screen. And figuring out that whole part, it seems fun and like it's all rainbows and unicorns, right? But it's a lot of work, and it's nonstop. It's 7 days a week, not only in terms of like feeding and caring and all that, but generating the funds and figuring out how to keep those mouths fed and keep those vet bills paid, so that way that animal can continue that life that is so drastically contrasted to where it came from and where it was headed. So, great point.
And if I could talk a little bit about Henry and Sanctuary World and Karma Farm.
Yeah.
I had to come over to our pig pasture. I'm with Ziggy right now. Unfortunately, where Henry is, my service is really bad. So hopefully you guys can hear me over here. But this is Ziggy getting a belly rub. And basically exactly what Alex is saying about like the whole, we've seen pigs shot in the face and suffering horrible loss that way. That was potentially going to be Henry's fate. And I unfortunately had a loss of a pig who we tried to save, who was shot in the face right before getting involved with rescuing Henry. And then we lost another pig who was abused. And our hearts weren't ready to take on anybody we knew we could foster, but we couldn't give a permanent home. And it just so happened that Kelly and Alex were working on Henry's case at the same time, and we didn't know it. And Henry was going to be shot that night. And we got there just in time. And the problem when people shoot pigs is that a lot of times they don't even know what they're doing. So the pigs don't even always die. And it's just, even though Henry's safe, we all live with that scar of knowing what his fate could have been. Even when we see him have the zoomies, we still have, the visions in our head of what could have happened. And something as simple as donating eases some of the burden for us when we're going through all this emotional trauma. So you guys are amazing. I just want to say I love you all for helping Henry and for supporting Alex. We met Kelly and Alex because of a rescue mission where we had to go pull animals out of a terrible situation where they were being sold for $1 a pound while they were still alive. And we're just so grateful to the people that they are. They're absolutely incredible. And I know that the $5,000 goal was raised and there's a second goal, and the $5,000 just barely covers what has already been spent. So that doesn't cover any of his care. And I know they've been saying that as well, but Alex has forgotten to mention that Henry does have to go back to the university. He actually has to get more hormone testing because of his surgery. He was supposed to go in for a simple neuter, and they actually couldn't find one of his testicles. They had to open him up and search inside his body, and they could never find it. So he has to have hormone testing done to see if there's a hidden testicle somewhere in his body, and just to see what his hormone levels are once he recovers from his many complications here. So that's going to be several $100s just for the blood work alone and sedation and everything, just to pull the blood and check out his incision site and everything. So everything you guys donate we always say even a dollar makes a difference, because if everyone donated a dollar, that adds up. So, just for the standard care, for potential medical issues in the future, for the things that they have to cover now, like they said, they're still building out the yard there. They're still putting up housing for him. So everything helps so much, and we love you guys. Thank you all for supporting them.
Thank you, Tanya. That was so well said. That yeah, and we hear you loud and clear where you are right now. You sound great. You are so. I think you are so much. You are so much more well spoken than me. Whereas I'm kind of a frantic rambler with pressure of speech, trying to get it all out.
No.
You are very organized.
Well, there's
and
so much to
clear-headed.
say.
There is, and you covered some really important points that I did miss, like the fact that $5,000 first goal just barely covers what has already been spent, right? That is already on the credit cards, basically, that we have to figure out, right? So that's why the $10,000 goal is going. Oh my God, look at that face! Look at Ziggy's face right now. What a sweetie! But yeah, that $10,000 goal is going to then go for his ongoing care, his medical bills that are upcoming. Like you said, he's got testing and things that have to be done because of his crypto orchid situation with his, his testicle that is potentially in there still that they could not find during the neutering procedure. And yet, Tanya, I consider you and Mike, Tanya and Mike, for those who don't know, they're married and they run Live Freely Sanctuary together. And as Tanya said, we met them at a rescue operation that was horrific. They were pregnant goats on spikes. Like, it was horrific. We saw some really traumatic stuff. And that's where our goats came from. And Jim and Action, you guys probably remember when I gave the tour during the last fundraising live stream, and I told you guys a story about Gimli, Galadriel, and Radagast. That's where I met Tanya and Mike. They were some of the other sanctuary owners and volunteers that were there. Just everybody just pitched in. We didn't know each other. Like, we all just were there to help the animals out of that awful, hellish scene. And that was the day Tanya and Mike taught me how to wrangle goats that are feral, essentially, out of the Florida woods and in an environment with like spikes of rusty rebar and barbed wire and broken glass everywhere with rabid dogs snapping at us. And
I need to come over for some of that, man. That'd be right at home.
What? Where do you live? The seventh layer of hell? What is going? What?
No. Right at home where I grew up. I grew up in Brazil, so like that like falling into trash, cutting my leg open with glass, like that was my childhood. So yeah.
Wow.
Well, we need you out on some of these rescue cases with us.
Yes, we need all the help we can get. I mean, and we especially just people to see some of this stuff and to tell others about it. You know. Because
there's a lot of stories I haven't even shared. There's so many stories. Like, I had to climb in a manhole in a storm drain to rescue a piglet, and it's just like a normal day in our life. I don't even post about it sometimes because we're like, okay, on to the next thing.
Yeah, you all don't get enough credit. You're dead on about that, Alex. Like, people should be able to see some of this stuff because they don't realize like what you all go through, what you all are actually doing, what you're putting yourself through to make sure that these animals are taken care of. Like, people just have no idea.
And this is happening in our communities everywhere. So each one of us, something like this is probably happening in your community that you don't know about, that probably some animal rescue organization is having to deal with, trying to get the animals out of that horrifically abusive situation. But you don't hear about it. People don't talk about it much. And like Tanya was saying, as soon as like we deal with one, it's already on to the next. So we don't even have time often to post about this stuff. Like, I have to schedule time in my life to just make social media posts. So I have a presence out here still that you guys still know, like, we're around and alive, but it takes so much time to do all that. on top of everything else.
Bird. I
Yeah.
watched baby squirrel's
Fantastic
mom.
points in action. I remember you telling that story about cutting your leg. Didn't you like almost die?
That one? Oh no, that wasn't almost death. I mean, you could see the bone, but that wasn't a big deal. Nothing but a flesh wound.
Not a big deal. Just see the bone.
I've had worse.
How old were you when you moved from Brazil to the U.S.?
I was 12. I was like, it was right before my 13th birthday, so it was like a couple days before my 13th birthday.
And I was walking my
Okay,
dog.
cool, man.
And
I want to see, man. I don't know who to put up on the big screen between Ziggy looking just magnificent and luxurious right now, and John looking magnificent and luxurious right now.
They are both living their best lives right now. Can't you tell?
Yes. And John or Sean, if you guys are listening, John's phone auto rotated, so he is 90 degrees right now, looking silly. Could
know who to call? You know who do you call? Call animal control.
Okay, I've reached out to one of the behind the scenes technical producers over there, so hopefully they can adjust John's camera for us here. John, can you still hear us? He is in a he is in a deep place right now, blocking out all the pain.
He's so relaxed he fell asleep. It's not like there's a needle going in and out of his head, you know?
Yeah. While there's a needle going in and out of his head, as we soothed him to sleep with our horrific tales of animal abuse. He's probably having some real messed up dreams right now.
Hey, Alex, I will be leaving to teach a class very shortly.
Okay.
So, yeah, I just want to add one thing just for people listening to us. I just want to really thank everybody for this kind of support that they're showing you. And I also want to add, it isn't just a matter of the donations that people are making, which as vital as that is important, but having a community like this around you, considering the type of work that you do, where bear witnessing is at its very core, having a community around you relatively immunizes you a little bit to the trauma that you would have otherwise. I mean, of course, it is incredibly painful regardless, but doing it with a community makes it much more durable and much more endurable than it would have been otherwise. So the people here are giving you a lifeline in terms of resources, but also in terms of emotional and spiritual resources and strength as well. And that cannot be underestimated. So I really appreciate everybody for showing up in whatever way they have for this campaign, and of course to the hero getting the needle through his head to make a statement. So thank you so much, Alex, for inviting me and for having me part of this. And thank you, everybody. Lovely meeting everybody, and looking forward to crossing paths again.
Thank you so much.
Before you go, what's the website for that app you're building, brother?
Vegius. So it's Veg, VEG, Veg. Yes, ius.com, vegius.com.
Yep. And
we would.
Do you want to let people know what's going on with that? Because
please, Alex, please go ahead.
All right, so I'm helping Faik, and his full name's Faik Bourik. He's an astrophysicist. Like, this is one of the smartest guys alive, right? I don't know if you guys know this, but like, you could look him up. His story's incredible. Anyway, he started VGS, and I'm going to help them take this thing to an equity offering. So we're going to do an SEC Form C. I know you guys, Action, Serenity, I know you guys are familiar with Form Cs, fundraises, crowdfunding raises through the SEC. And I'm going to help them offer VGS to anybody who wants to be an owner in the company while it's at this young stage, and it's going to help raise cash to run VGS and build it to the next point. And like he said, they've already got 140 animal sanctuaries on board with partnership agreements, including Karma Farm, I believe, including Live Freely as well.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And they donate half of all the profits to animal sanctuaries. And I'm like, bro, Faik, I am 100% behind your mission and what you're doing, because Faik doesn't actually Faik, he obviously cares about the money and being a good steward and business owner and everything like that. But like, his mission is not financially driven. His mission is the same mission I share, is to help animals in need and the people that help those animals in need. And that's why I'm like, Faik, I see your heart. I see why you're doing this. I want on board with whatever you're doing. However I can help, just let me know. I don't want anything in return, blah, blah, blah. Just how can I help you? And he's like, help me bring VGS to the world. So I am going to be helping him with that over the next couple months and allowing people to be able to get a stake in VGS at the earliest stages right now. So.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. And having you, Alex, having you become an integral part of the team is an immense asset in all kinds of ways. And as I said, it's community building. And the thing is that these are the types of projects where the more of the project you share, the bigger the project becomes. It's a different mindset. It's a different ethic, and I don't think there is a better way for all of us to learn a new ethic as to learn the kind of ethic that animal sanctuaries are trying to teach to all of us. And seeing somebody taking needles to support animals, and so it's just really overwhelming. But thank you all very, very much for what you have been doing for Alex. Alex, you have a very beautiful community. It's very, very awesome to watch, and I wish you guys a wonderful weekend. I will be looking up at the updates after class about where the campaign has arrived, and see you guys very soon. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, Faik. Have a great time teaching your class.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Bye.
Good, Faik. Have a good.
Bye. Very nice to meet you guys. Bye.
So yeah, Faik teaches astrophysics. He teaches like pure mathematics at the university level. He's a professor of mathematics, astronomy, physics, and all this stuff. And like he's worked with NASA and like all this stuff. Like, this guy is the real deal. Anyway, I'm going to do an interview with him on my channel sometime so you can hear his backstory of how he came here from Algeria as a young man to study astrophysics, so that way he could work at NASA, and how he made all this happen with nothing but his willpower, determination, his smarts, and just grit. I mean, this guy was walking 20 plus miles a day to the university from his hostel back and forth to get his degrees in the United States. The dude's incredible. And he's got such a huge heart. So those are the kind of people I support. I get behind that because I see his integrity. I see his values, and I just see a man that's not ever going to give up. And he's just going to keep going until he accomplishes what he wants, which is to fund animal sanctuaries through commercial strategies, through tech startups. And the cool thing is, if VGS even gets a fraction of the size of the Happy Cow app, then we're all going to make a lot of money. So that's the thing. Like, that's why this the SEC Form C, the equity crowdfunding, is really cool, because not only do you get a chance to do some good and give back to some sanctuaries through the success and use of this app, but also if this gets, like I said, a fraction of the size or valuation of the Happy Cow app, this thing could be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And if if you have a stake in that, when it was, a small fraction of that, you're getting tech startup potential upside 10, 20x. Anyway, I digress. So that's the self-interest financial aspect of it. The crowdfunding is you get in at the ground floor. And if this thing gets, like I said, anything close to Happy Cow, we're probably retired. In the best case scenario.
Alex, here's the deal though. Like, let me throw the Uno reverse card on you here for a second.
Uno reverse.
You're talking about this guy is building this cool thing. What about you? Like, you just run this animal sanctuary. You don't know anything. You've never done anything in life, right? Like, you're just a dumb.
Yes.
That just scoops up poop every day, right?
That's me, man. I'm a simple man. No,
right.
I'm a software engineer Uh,
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is what I want to hear. Keep it going.
all right, I'm an engineer. I've been a software engineer for
Again,
15 years
store.
now. I'm a senior software engineer who has somehow launched a YouTube channel talking about smart contracts, code, and technology, and how to evaluate projects in the crypto space. And that channel now is 63,000 people strong and making me a full-time living that can support an entire animal sanctuary and rescue organization. And that all happened within 3 years. So I'm a serial entrepreneur, an engineer. I love animals, and I don't really care too much about hoarding up a ton of wealth here unless it's for a strategy like that trust fund for the sanctuary. But I give all my money and everything to the sanctuary as fast as I make it. Like it's already spoken for essentially, and I go by need. So I pray to God for what I need to continue the mission, and then magic happens, like you guys, and then all of a sudden I receive it, I put it to use, and then the cycle repeats. And I don't know how I'll keep doing that for a couple years. I'll probably die at some point, and then I'll float off to wherever. So that's me. What about you, Action?
Dude, no.
Oh, dude, I'm a nobody in comparison to you. Like I pray that people like you, you know, kind of come across my life and I cross paths with, so I can support and be there for people just like you doing awesome things in this world, man. Like that's what it's all about. Like I said, I mean it. When we're not here for a long time, we're here for a good time, and this is my kind of good time.
This is my kind of good time too.
Yeah, and see, now it's my turn to throw an Uno reverse card because you know, I know better Action because I remember a few years back, one of the very first places I went to learn about crypto and start this entire journey was your channel. You fired me up. You brought me out here and kind of said, "Hey, you can do this," and your attitude, your personality is very low key. It's not a big hype scene. It's not you must do this now, and that's what really drew me to you.
I'm not
and through you starting my journey, then I got paired up with Alex, and so. You know, make no mistake, you play yourself down a lot. But you know, how long have you been doing this? Come on, you grew up in Brazil. I mean, blood, sweat, and tears.
I've been doing. Here's the thing. All right, so I've been doing video all my life, and COVID hit, and I was like, all right, what am I gonna do? Because the company I was working for, they weren't making enough money to pay me. I was the highest paid employee, like was chief operations officer of that place, and I'm like, you're gonna fire me because you're gonna go out of business if you don't. And good for him, he did listen to me after I, you know, stronged him saying I'm going to quit if you don't fire me, and goes, well, can we have an exit strategy like 6 months at least? I was like, sure, but like I'm leaving because you need to run your business. I literally worked for that guy yesterday for free again. Like I just get random calls like, hey, this isn't working, can you help me? Good old web design stuff. But to me, life is way more than just figuring out where your next paycheck is going to come from. It's way more than just trying to figure out, hey, does this work for me now? Like I try to look at things long term, right? Like to me, crypto was a way for me to help others. It's you got to find ways of connecting with people so that you can help them wherever they're at. And there's a ton of people in crypto that need help, and people trying to find out about crypto that needed help. So it just felt right. And like this is a crazy story. I don't tell this one often, but the reason why I started the channel around crypto was because I was getting some work done at my house, and one of my friends who, you know, I used to go to church with him. He's a contractor, and he was coming over. He's like, all right, let's take a look at the beams because I do everything myself. Like everything. I literally built it like an ADU at my house, and like I built it because they were trying to charge me an arm and a leg and 9 months for permits and all that stuff. Like I'm doing it. But he came over and he was like, yeah, I'm doing this. You should do it this way. This way. I was like, great, that's a great plan. I'm going to move forward with it. And I was like, what else are you doing? He goes, dude, I'm into crypto. I'm making a lot of money with crypto. Well, losing a lot of money with crypto. I was like, wait, you're in crypto? He goes, yeah, I downloaded this app. It was KuCoin at the time. And I'm like, bro, I've been in crypto for a while. Like I started mining in 2012. Can I help you? And he goes, you know about this? I was like, yeah, I've known about this for a long time. It's one of the reasons why I'm okay, like leaving my, you know, 6-figure job to like and not stress about what's going on in life. And he goes, you should tell people about this. I'm like, you mean like show people how to do it? I was like, go make a YouTube channel. I was like, yeah, I could do that. Like I've helped people grow their channels to over 1 million subs and all that stuff in the past. Like, So why don't you do it? I was like, because I hate people. And he goes, what? You hate people? I was like, I hate being in front of people. I'm not the guy who wants to be on stage. It's not about me. And he goes, yeah, you should do this. So, a couple of years later, here I am. And over the last year and a half, I literally dropped off the face of the earth when it comes to YouTube for a little bit. And it's nobody knows about this, but I've been helping other people grow and learn how to work this entire, ecosystem, how to get better at their craft. Like, I just sent you bunks a message about, hey, I got some projects now coming over to, the deep end space, and they need places to promote. So like I have a bunch of deals going on where I am trying to feed content creators work. Hey, this company needs to be talked about. You want to work for them? Here's a few, here's a G or two. That's what I've been doing, and it's been quiet work, but it's been rewarding because I'm helping other people grow and learn more about the space, even though I haven't been as front facing. And this is the crazy thing, like the reason why Alex, your channel grows because you provide quality content and you're consistent, right? That 60,000 plus subs is because of those two things, and then because you're good people, because that matters to me more than anything else. And those are the people that I've been trying to help grow in the space quietly. Like I don't put it out there. I don't say anything too loudly, but it's just a matter of trying to support the good ones and almost fading the bad ones. I don't know how else to say it. Like I'm actually not forgetting about them. So all the controversy that happens around crypto, I am literally in it, but not publicly in it. I am in it in the sense that I'm messaging and talking to these guys like, stop making dumb decisions. What are you doing with your life? Are you sure this is the right way of going about it? You have a family, you have a wife and kids. Why are you doing X, Y, and Z? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But like that's what I try to do. Trying to be a light, man. Like that's what it boils down to for me. Like that's all I'm trying to do is support people. Try to I don't want to, I'll say uplift and put the good ones out there and make sure that they are being seen by more people. And then the bad ones, those are working in the background where I'm just trying to make sure they're making good life decisions as much as possible.
I love that, man. I really appreciate you supporting me and all these other folks out here. You lift up so many people in the space and other content creators and entrepreneurs. And I think that's a really awesome thing to do.
I think it's the only thing to do, man. Like I know that you might say that it's the right thing to do. I think it's the only way to move forward because I sleep well at night. It doesn't matter if I'm making money or losing money on meme coins. Like I sleep well at night knowing that I'm supporting the right things in this space. Yes. Don't be by exit liquidity, please.
And that's the important thing. And a lot of people ask me, it's like, hey, Serena, you're just a little guy. Why do you put so much heart and passion in this? Like, because this is the right way to do it. This is what I believe to be right in my soul. And people ask me why I quit being a journeyman electrician and I started just this tiny little channel. And I always say it's because Alex pushed me. It's his fault. And he did, but in the right way. And I'm thankful for it every single day. At the same time, I'm up till 3 a.m. researching, doing this, everything I possibly can. But it's probably the most fulfilling job I think I've ever had because I get to talk to people and I get to educate and help and guide and answer questions. And a lot of times I get to say, I don't know, but I will go find out. It's a great question. And that's some of the best part is just that humbling humility side of, I don't know, but I'm going to find out now and make it my passion. And I absolutely love it. I've been more motivated and inspired doing this job than I think any other job I've ever had. And I want to say, Action, you started me on this journey. And you bonks, man, brother, you pushed me, you've driven me, you've inspired me every single day. And just like I show here, I mean, that is your inspiration, brother. You were right in front of me every day. You and the animals, the heart and the soul. And so you guys are the reason I'm here. So thank both of you. And you guys are absolute rock stars in my book.
Oh, don't say that yet. Hang on. I just realized I'm not. I haven't joined the channel. I'm not a member yet. I got to fix that right now. I was only a subscriber. I need to be a member for you to say thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, brother. Don't have to be a member. That's the great thing is education's always free. Always just happy to do it.
I'm also a member of the Serenity Membership Club on YouTube.
I was so excited when you got monetized and I forgot to subscribe? I mean, to sign up for the membership? Like, what am I doing?
I love it. It really helps. I mean, every little bit. You know, if you guys want to support the creators you love out here, you know, even a couple bucks a month makes a huge difference. And it creates momentum that other people will get behind and see and want to support as well. So yeah, support your favorite content creators out here because it's a lot of work. It's not like the most glamorous or lucrative job like people might think. The hours are crazy sometimes, like insane. I would be making way more money for my amount of time as a senior software engineer. I'll tell you what, but I wouldn't have 60,000+ people that subscribe to me, and I have a community of people like you guys supporting our animal sanctuary and giving me this platform to do what I'm doing with all of you. So it's a trade-off. Like, it's like, okay, my dollars per hour right now isn't up to even where I was as a senior software engineer. At some point it will be. Don't get me wrong. This thing is scalable. Yeah. That's another reason you picked this. It's a scalable platform and business. But starting a business as an entrepreneur, most times for the first 5 years, you're not profitable in a lot of small businesses, right? So luckily I've been profitable, but like still, I'll put in hundreds of hours. Like I'll put in over 100 hours a week easy and like make the same amount I would doing 40 hours, right? And that's okay because I've got an army essentially of good-hearted folks that share my mission.
Yeah, man.
And it's like look, I got this guy over here, 230 pounds, pure muscle, like 7% body fat. This dude's the absolute freak of nature. Okay,
I took all his body fat. That's what happened.
I think I got some too.
Take some of mine, please. I mean, this man is just it would blow your mind if you see him with his little Speedo doing his posing. It's like you're looking at like a Greek god or something. Okay, his physique is nuts. It's like the coolest thing ever. He's like an X-Men, right? It's super cool. And like this dude, who's like the most intimidating dude you'd like run into in person. If you met him in person, you'd be like, this dude's scary as hell. You talk to him and he's just like butterflies and sunshine. Like he's the sweetest person in the whole world. And all he wants to do is like help people and spread kindness and joy and compassion to love to animals and people. And I've got folks like that are just like, I'm going to make a life-altering decision and get vegan tattooed on my head to help you raise $5,000. And I'm just like, who are you? Like, where did you come from? How did you like end up in my life? This is wild. This is so cool. I would not have had that opportunity probably if I hadn't made this decision to go as an entrepreneur that also is trying to do something, good with the fruits of those labors. So
that's what this is. It's me purposefully going in some pain to get rid of the
man.
That's cool. That's poetic, man. Sick. Definitely an honor to be able to do this for you.
Let me put him on the big screen.
With you as well, man. I mean, you broke my rule. Never get an artist twice.
Hey.
But, I mean, it's funny because I got this and somebody's like, well, guess that's the only vegan tattoo you can get. And I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Where's the next one going to be? I don't know. Right? I have a vegan bikini compliant. Vegan bikini client in Japan. She says there's almost no other Japanese vegans where she's at.
May Mizuno, she's awesome.
When I go there, I'm gonna get the word vegan in the Japanese tattoo.
Nice.
That'll be the next
cool
2025.
Yeah.
Probably be easier for that one.
Is that the next fundraiser, Alex?
Yes. We're going to Japan.
Tattoo bar when they come in and they're like, yeah, I was going to this person. I went and got another tattoo from somebody else and got tattooed by them, and they got really mad and kind of started getting like gatekeepy with them. And I think one of the fun things about tattoos is picking them up where you go, getting cool ones along the way.
Look at the shirt he's wearing.
In situations that you vibe with.
And just like you, I mean, you're an artist, so you made this one better, and you had so much to say about this to make it better that I figured I'll just blindly trust you on this one because I can't really see.
I'm so happy with both of them, dude.
Did you guys get a chance to see it?
Yeah.
All right, the reveal.
Let's-
reveal.
Bring it
Yeah,
in.
let's
Let's
see
see
the
it.
reveal. I've got you on the big screen already. We are eavesdropping on that conversation.
Bach is the man. If you guys are ever in Gainesville, Florida, not very far from Alex, Karma, and then go get a vegan tattoo. He's a vegan artist. He's the only artist I've ever used more than once. This is my 10th tattoo. This is the first time I've gone to somebody twice, and that's because he did my V on my hand.
Nice.
And I trusted him after this, and I didn't want to take a risk on this one. This one needs to be perfect.
Yeah.
Because this will be my form of outreach for a long, long time. Alex, I can wear your shirt more often now.
Yes.
Because people are vegan even though I'm wearing your shirt.
Wait, is that VEGEN?
Hey, will you click the settings on Restream and click mirror my camera, John?
Yeah, we'll try that.
And then it'll look to me it looks backwards. Does it look backwards on your
Right.
screens too? Okay.
Oh,
there we go.
That makes. I was wondering why the camera was moving the wrong way.
Oh,
Nice.
never mind.
There you go.
It says vegan. It's
Beautiful.
right.
It's spelled right now. I was a little worried there for a minute, like, oh.
Actually, that's so mean to do.
He actually printed it off backwards and did it backwards. Well, whoops.
It always looks right when I look at it in the mirror.
Dude, John, you're crazy in the best way, man.
You know what, though, Alex? I'm going to challenge you. There was no chance of death or injury here. I really didn't have to put that much on the line. You and other people who live freely are the ones out there actually risking bodily injury or harm or death to take care of these animals, or to deal with the people that maybe either want to harm them or get rid of them. Like, there was no risk in this for me. No risk at all. So I can't take credit for something like you guys are doing. If I did this and you guys weren't doing that, what I did would be meaningless. So I appreciate you guys. And this story with Henry really has touched my heart. I didn't fully see the value in sanctuaries until this week. I'm just being blatantly honest, brutally honest, even with myself. I thought maybe that money could go to a better spot, or maybe we could do something else with it. But you guys, through Henry, are inspiring people. I guarantee there's somebody that donated that's going to sit down and think, why did I spend this money to save a pig, but now I'm going to eat a steak, or now I'm going to eat a fish, or whatever. And so I think you're being the change you want to see in the world. I really just appreciate you letting me share this platform with you. This has been a big learning lesson for me. So thank you guys. Thank you, everybody. I just checked. We've gotten even more donations since when I started today. Like,
wow.
I'm just grateful for this experience.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much, John.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're in Gainesville now and you have time. Why don't you come by with me and meet Henry today? Really?
We'll probably need to talk off air. I was gonna swing by and drop off some food to Alex, actually.
Oh, what?
You're
Aw.
yeah.
I'll need to think, and I'll be very honest, I'm not great at doing things on the fly. I'm very planned. Maybe.
No worries.
I'm not saying no, I'm saying maybe. Let me see what time I can get to Alex by. Alex, 2 of my sponsors actually donated to this cause, so I wanted to bring some of the product that they send me to you.
Oh, wow.
So that you could try it and one day shout them out. But,
of course.
yeah.
I'd love to.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, I think I want to be present with my mom, and with Royce and with Bach for a few minutes. So I'm gonna sign off. But thank you all. This would have been pointless without all of you. So I hope you guys have the best day ever, and let's raise all the money we can for Henry.
Thank you, John. Thank you
All right,
so
guys.
much, man. And
thanks, John.
if you want to, feel free to hop on a little bit later we have raffles. We've got people and companies that have donated things to do a big raffle to generate even more donations. So for anybody listening, we've got Action Crypto here, my good buddy. He's put up 2 SafePal wallets for their crypto hardware wallets, and we will be picking winners, whoever donates during this live stream. And Serenity's wife, Wild Angel, has hand crocheted a Henry replica, and somebody will win that. It's a one-of-a-kind handmade piece of Henry. And I've also got some more special guests coming that will be donating some kind of big, exciting crypto assets that people will be able to win from, if you guys remember Monstro's Degens, Keith, Keith Serenity, he's going to be hopping on a little later, I think. And also, before you go, John, I want to just say thank you to our donor match. So we have an amazing person in our community, Nick, okay? Nicolin Decker from the Pulse DeFi. He donated $2,500 today because he said, I will match all of the donations up to $2,500. And he messaged me this morning and said, where are you guys at? And I'm like, we're at like 2,700. And he's like, here you go. Boom. He sent over the $2,500 and brought us over the $5,000. That was our first goal. So Nick, thank you so much. Everybody check out Nick and the Pulse DeFi. It's a software development company that makes high frequency trading bots. It's super cool. I've got a video coming out with them soon. And he's just a over the top, generous, good hearted dude. So yeah.
All right, guys.
All right.
All right. Love y'all.
See you, John. Love you, brother.
Thanks, Brian.